Alright, so balancing carbs first. To take the fuel tank off, down here you've got the two lines, which they come from there. That's your reserve and that's your main line. So you clamp them, put some bolts in them, screw the bolts in just so they're nice and firm in the fuel line. Once you've done that, you can unclip the fuel lines. You can re-clamp onto them if you really want, but if you use good enough bolts, they're not going to leak. Everything's fine. There's a little sensor that tells your fuel gauge, so you need to detach that. Also, just pop the sides off. Here's the line for the sensor. Just unattach that, nice and easy. Make sure that these are free. There's nothing in the way when you pull them up. Just have a look up here so you can see under there. There's a little clip that clips under. Look on the camera so you can see, yeah. So that's where you just got to unclip it from the front there. And then the whole thing comes off nice and easy. Here is the primer line, here is the other line. So you just take these off. You can pop it off like that, and pop that other one off with a little finger. You get the carb balancing tool, which is this here. It's simply two bottles, corks at the top. This line runs over into here. They both go to the bottom of the tank, and you fill it with some water. Not too much, you don't want it to like be bigger than one whole bottle, just like up to there and like up to there, so they've got enough water and you can watch them as they go up and down. What happens is, to figure out which carburetor is unbalanced, you plug these on. These ones are quite tight. So they're on. This is where the vacuum will come. And so when you turn the bike on, the carburetors, if they're not balanced, one side will be sucking more and one side will be going up and down. They'll both be changing. And to change, well, to alter it so that they're in sync, you need a nice screwdriver, Phillips screwdriver, and just down into here, I'll just show you that actually. That is the screw that you want to play with. And you turn it left or right, depending on which one of these is sucking more. So it's very easy. It's literally like the only screw there. And all this does is adjusts the butterfly valves of one of them to try and match how far open they are, so they're at the same point, and that's how you balance them. Also, something to take into consideration is you need to plug the fuel tank back in so you have fuel. And how it's set up is it's gravity fed, so you need to make sure that the fuel tank is preferably slightly higher than the carburetors. And these fuel lines usually are long enough to reach. If you undo, there's usually a screw here that's holding this little thing, and you just pull it out, sit the fuel tank on a chair so it's gravity fed down onto these, and that'll run into the carburetor. Plug these on, turn the bike on, they'll start sucking. You'll start watching the water go up and down between the two bottles. The really important thing to remember is not to have these bottles too full, because if you get water in your engine, that's not good. So make sure that they're only